Hi, I'm Sarah from The Upcoming. An absolute pleasure to chat to you today. Thanks a lot for taking the time. Huge congrats on this show. I guess Robin and Marion, two of the most sort of iconic characters we can think of in British folklore. How did you feel when you knew you'd landed these roles?
Oh, it was amazing. I was at home with my family at the time, and like when you get the phone call from your agent, it's honestly, it's the best feeling, especially because you've put so heart and soul into every kind of stage. And Marion was something that I really wanted to play for so long, this type of character and this type of production. So it was a dream really to be cast as Marion.
Yeah, and you want to get your roles for sure, but I really wanted this one. I just thought, wow, this is, I read the pilot and I just thought how well written it was, and so that it was a real kind of, I was so happy, but I was relieved. It was a really surreal sort of thing, but ultimately though I was just like over the moon, and I couldn't really believe it, but I was trying to believe it.
I guess Robin Hood is one of those like folklore tales that goes back so far. And depending how old you are, you'll have a different incarnation of it that you'll remember. I mean, for me, Kevin Costner, the one that comes to mind, that Bryan Adams song immediately starts playing. There's also been Russell Crowe, Taron Egerton, even the Disney version. What did Robin Hood mean to you when you started thinking about it? And did you kind of have any of that in mind, or did you kind of want to start from a fresh slate?
I knew, it's funny, it's a weird thing, like I knew who Robin Hood was, but I hadn't seen any of the movies. I didn't know anything, but I knew that he robbed from the rich and gave to the poor, which was kind of good enough for me. I mean, I thought, but what was exciting for me, despite not having that knowledge, and we spoke to the directors and stuff and decided that was the avenue we were going to go down with regards to process. We weren't going to study up on the films and whatnot. Was that how it was written? It is an origin story. Rob is just a regular guy. He's just a regular 20-something, 24-year-old. That was inspiring to me because it was almost like a real blank canvas, which, that allows you so much. So that's what made me really jump, Yeah.
No, I hadn't watched any of them. I'd obviously...
No, the last one was only in 2019, isn't it? So
I'd heard about the story as well, so I read up on the storyline, but I loved that they were creating a new world, really, of Rob and Marion as children. That was really exciting for me, and that Marion was going to have her own storyline alongside Rob's, and that there was this heightened focus on their relationship and how they fall in love and go against cultural expectations, like kind of Romeo and Juliet, Shakespearean energy to it. So it was just really, I just loved reading the pilot, really. It was just felt so refreshing and new.
Yeah, and I think that's it. It feels like it's being told through a modern lens, and the fact that we are looking at Robin's backstory and, all this trauma that he goes through, which probably explains or rationalises how he gets to where he is in the sort of version that we know. Yeah. And the same for Marion. It's like, actually, she's a woman that's finding her agency, and she's not just kind of a supporting character or a love interest. So was that also something that was really great about the script and this sort of new take on it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I know in the past, Marion's always just been Rob's love interest, like you said, and it was just so interesting to see her have her own kind of storyline, her own struggles. We learn about her childhood with her father, which was very abusive. So yeah, to me that was really inspiring to kind of see her come from that as a child and grow into a woman that she becomes by the end of episode 10, which is full of power and independence and finds her own voice.
Yeah, and there's so much nuance in the world that they've set up. It's not so black and white. It's not like there's a sheriff up the top of the castle, just an angry crank. Like there's that depth to the story and the depth to the characters itself, which I think, that's what excites me about movies and TV. And I think our show has it,
And it definitely delivers on all the sort of action and, being transported to this other era. There's a lot of grit to it. But also this love story really anchors it. So I wondered, did you have much time to kind of rehearse beforehand? Did that all just come alive on set? How did you make sure that this really came alive, this relationship?
Yeah, we didn't have much rehearsal time. No, we kind of built it from the moment we met at the chemistry reads.
Yeah.
We just got on so well. I was kind of relieved when I first started speaking to Jack that you were just such a genuine guy.
Me too.
So yeah, and in the room, we were in the audition room for about an hour, just playing around with different kind of
versions of the scene, and
and then when we both seen each other in Serbia, it was just so exciting, and we had like a chat for 2 hours when we first seen each other, and was just discussing like what was coming up and the different scenes we were going to have to do. But on set, it just came really naturally, and like it was just fun to play around with.
No, for sure. Our friendship, you know, really helped with that. But that's also a credit to the writing too. You know, it's very good writing to the point where we know who these two people are and what they're fighting for. But yeah, I mean, I'm saying with what Lauren said, I was just so happy that it was Lauren. You know, she was just so great. So.
And having veterans like Connie Nielsen, Sean Bean on set, I mean, he's just, you know, he can really play so many different characters. I've seen him do lots of different versions, but like he's kind of got that villainous streak down so well. And what was it like having them opposite you on set?
Yeah, amazing. I mean, they're so good at what they do and so professional, but at the end of the day, they're just great people. Yeah, I mean, I was saying before, you know, you spend more time off camera in the green room chatting than you do when the cameras are rolling, right? So from that point, we were just like so lucky that our senior actors they're great and experienced and everything, but just top people. We couldn't have asked for better, you know.
And did you have a favourite moment on set? I mean, the creators were just telling me, like, you know, there weren't many green screens here. Like, they actually did so many of the sets for reals who are really there. I mean, I guess that really helps in terms of the tangibility, but it might also be quite grueling being outside and shooting a lot of these scenes.
It was great doing that first scene with Lauren, our first one together, because it had been like 2 months. We actually like hadn't shot anything together for the first 2 months of filming. So it was kind of, you know, that was like a big like moment for us. Hey, we were like, hey, like we're doing a scene together. Oh my God. You know, that was probably one of my favorites.
Yeah.
But,
There's a moment as well in episode 6 when we were trying to get the sunset in the background and the light was going so quick. We had like a few seconds to set up the shot. We had to run towards each other with this excitement of seeing each other, and because nobody sees how chaotic it was of all the crew trying to like get the camera in the right position, like making sure the sun doesn't go down, and it was just a memory that we'll never forget because we were just genuinely laughing for real, and that really shows on screen.
It was funny because it was like, now run each other now. We were like, okay.
And just very quickly, what do you hope a modern audience can take away from the show? Because I guess some people will be coming to this completely fresh, like maybe you, if they haven't seen any of the films before. And it does have these undercurrents about class, about politics, like we were saying, about female agency. So what do you think a modern audience can take away from the story?
I think they're going to really relate to the themes and resonate with the characters and what they go through. Like, although the story is being told for hundreds of years, it's so relevant still for today, and especially I've done period dramas in the past, and you know I'm always used to reading vulnerable female characters, and it was just so refreshing to see like every single female character has their own defined journey, just strength with it, and I think that's what they'll take away as young people watching, might feel really empowered.
Yeah, I won't add to that. That's pretty much what I was gonna, along those lines anyway. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for sharing all that with me. Huge congrats on the show.
Thank you.
Can't wait for everyone else to see it.
Yeah,
Thanks so much.